Hey, I found this completely free, completely no subscription or anything required audio tool for samples that I will show you in a bit. But first, I wanted to share some thoughts I have on sampling. So the way I see it, I feel sampling is more connected to curating. Like you go out into the world, you find something that you like, and that can be anything. It can be really anything. It can be a song, it can be a movie, or something that you just hear on the street. Literally anything that produces a waveform. And it doesn't even need to be the entire song. It can be a teensy tiny part of a song that is otherwise awful to you. You just use the 2 seconds of it that you really, really like. And then you take that snippet and other snippets as well, and you mix them all together. You throw them all together into something new and unique. And it turns into a thing that you enjoy. And I think that's the amazing part. You take something that already exists, but you make it completely your own by taking it out of its natural environment and putting it in a completely new context. And for me, it's also very, very important that you don't ask permission. You just take it. You just gather nice things from all over the place and put them into your own thing, like you're a non-evil version of the British Museum. Because that's the point, and also the origin of sampling. Like you take anything that is accessible to you and twist it and warp it and push it into something new. Another fun part is if you mix up things that don't initially have to do anything with each other, like a stick and a 70s soul sample. But that's the beauty of it. So my point is, obviously, there will never be the one single source of samples. Samples, by the very nature of them, have to come from different sources and should be accessible to every and anyone, because you can take any tool you have and record anything that surrounds you. Literally anything works. And a quick disclaimer here, I'm not making music to gain any financial benefits. And if you're making music not only for fun like me, but as a business model, then maybe other rules might apply to you. But coming back to that specific new tool that I found that I wanted to show you, obviously, because it's 2024, it's AI. And I feel whenever you mention AI, there is immediately a lot of resentment. So I feel there is like a need to share some thoughts on AI tools and AI-powered devices. So first of all, AI, for me at least, is a tool, like a hammer or a shovel. You can use them for good things, for bad things, for entertaining things. But of course, corporations will use them for bad things, like they use every other tool that has been invented before for bad things. But if that happens, you got to blame the user and not the tool. The second thing that gets brought up a lot when talking about AI is that AI isn't really creative, true, and that it's just stealing the works of others and rearranging them, and that is completely valid. But as we remember in sampling, my first thought was to steal something and make it my own thing. So this just seems like stealing with extra steps, and I cannot really blame the AI for that. And the third thing is that people say AI will steal the jobs of people. And while I'm absolutely certain that AI will make thousands of people unemployed, I can guarantee that in our specific use case here, there will be nobody losing their job. If ever, it will prevent me from stealing somebody else's job because I'm too busy having fun using it. With that being said, let's dive right into this tool that I wanted to show you. It's called Text to Sample. It's by the company SampLab. You can download it for free on their website. I honestly don't remember if you need to create an account in order to download it. Probably you have to, but you can just use any random throwaway email address, because that's certainly what I did. And then the software itself, it runs completely standalone on your computer. You don't need to be connected to the internet in order to make it work, which I feel is a huge advantage to all those other cloud-based services that are out there. And here is how it works. You just open the interface, type whatever sound sample you want, then wait a couple of minutes and you're getting some kind of results. And let me tell you, the results it creates most of the time are not what you're expecting. They're just like a random sound snippet. You don't get any finished, polished loops or anything out of it, but you get like some sounds. And that's the great thing about it, because you get a weird little sound that you didn't expect. And then you can skim through the 10 or 5 seconds of information of the sample that it created and maybe find like a 1 second or even less than a second snippet that you like. And you can cut that out and use it in something. So the sampling work, it basically stays exactly the same like before. You listen to a bunch of stuff, you skim it for things that might be interesting to you, you cut out the interesting parts, and then you curate them into something that you like. And for me, that feels like it's really a great use case for AI. So yeah, my main use is to make weird little one-shot samples. I actually loaded a bunch of the samples I made into the Volca sample and made some loops, and I will show them to you now.